NeuroVive Pharmaceutical is a company listed on the Stockholm Nasdaq Stock Exchange. It has a market cap of currently about 200 million Swedish crowns. It also has a parallel listing on the OTCQX Best Markets in the US. It's a company based on mitochondrial medicine, and that's the starting point, and that's also the origin of our projects. We have two clinical projects, one in traumatic brain injury and one in genetic mitochondrial disorders, and we have a number of research projects as well. So first of all, mitochondrial medicine is based on the growing appreciation of the importance of mitochondria. Mitochondria are about 10% of the body weight. Mitochondria are involved in two main functions. One is to generate energy, another one is to protect cells, and it's also involved in programmed cell death. So mitochondria are obviously very important for all functions. It's present in all cells, with the only exception red blood cells. And this is the starting point for our projects. We have a number of innovative programs. In order to be able for a small company like ours to develop those, we do have a two-part business model. One part is to have as our core focus rare diseases and orphan drug opportunities. The other for more common diseases such as NASH, which is an important area for us. Too large an indication for us to continue development into the clinical area. So what we do is to take it to the preclinical level with the aim to out-license it at an early stage. Yes, NeuroVive has two clinical assets. One is NeuroSTAT, that is for traumatic brain injury. It's based on cyclophilins or cyclophilin inhibition, and it's actually a known compound, cyclosporin, in a new formulation, which we have IP protection for, and in addition to that we also have orphan drug designation in the US and in Europe. This drug is intended for protection of neurons after an acute traumatic brain injury. It doesn't protect against the acute injury and neuronal death, but there's toxins released in connection to that which will damage the healthy neurons, and our compound is intended to protect against that. This drug has gone through an early phase 2, and we have positive data from an experimental study indicating 35% protection against neuronal damage. In addition to that, we have KL1333, which is a product for genetic mitochondrial disorders. It's an NAD+ modulator, and as such, it actually rectifies the energy production deficit in genetic mitochondrial disorders. It also protects against reactive oxidative stress, and very interestingly, it also helps in producing new mitochondria. We have an interesting portfolio also when it comes to early projects. The most interesting projects and most advanced projects are within NASH, fatty liver disease. NV556 is an anti-fibrotic drug. This one is in fairly advanced preclinical development, and because we have established efficacy and also safety as well as production, this one is now ready for partnering, and we are in fairly advanced partnering discussions around this drug. We also have NV022, which is a compound intended for the more metabolic part of NASH. For that one, we are developing a mild uncoupler, which is a really interesting approach to treating these type of diseases. That one we believe that we will have a lead candidate by next year. We also have in the genetic mitochondrial disorder area two projects. That's NVP015, which is complementary to the KL1333 clinical asset. That one is for acute energy crisis in these type of patients, and it's a substrate for the complex 2, which will bypass 50% of the patients having mutations in complex 1 in the respiratory chain. We also have a cyclophilin inhibitor for mitochondrial myopathy, and in addition we have a liver cancer project, and both of these we believe that we will have lead candidates next year. The most important triggers coming up are within KL1333, the clinical program. We believe we will have final clinical results for the first ongoing clinical trial the first half of next year. We just recently received a positive opinion for an orphan drug designation in the European Union. We believe that we will have similar type of responses from the FDA in the beginning of next year. That study will also progress into a European US study in the second half of next year. Within the NeuroSTAT program, we believe that we will be able to start the clinical next trial second half of next year, and that one will then run through 2019 into 2020. In the NV556 NASH program, we believe that we will be able to out-license that by mid next year. And for the remains of the earlier programs, we will have for NVP15 that we will have a lead candidate by the end of this year, and for O22, O25 and O24 lead candidates during next year. So it'll be an exciting beginning, and next year moving into 2019 as well.